I have not made that formal decision, but it's my intention to run again. And we have time to make that decision.
Dr. Biden is for it. Mr. President. Oh.
Dr. Biden thinks that, my wife thinks that we're doing something very important.
"81 million votes, my shiny bollocks." There's been so many jokes about this. You have the classic Sleepy Joe. I saw a hashtag, "Let's get ready to bumble." That's a really good one. Styx had this one, "Steward of Gondor." Dozin in Chief, that was my one. Or the 3 Bs, Broken Brain Biden. There's loads of them. Going back to the primaries, his mind was gone. Even then, you'd get a gaffe maybe once or twice a month. Then it was twice a week. Now there's one almost every other day. You can see why this thing was kept in the basement. One guy on Fox said Biden takes more time getting off a stage than he does giving a speech. And the only reason that take is an exaggeration is because he takes half an hour to say a single sentence because he can't bloody well read the teleprompter without slurring his words like a drunk. If he spoke at a normal pace, the joke would be less funny and more fact. With Trump, it was, oh man, what funny thing is he gonna say on Twitter now? And with this thing, it's, oh great, we're in the middle of pointlessly antagonizing a nuclear superpower, why, who the hell knows, blew up a pipeline, pissed off Europe, destroyed energy independence, begging authoritarian regimes for oil while sitting on the world's largest reserve of it, a broken border, demons are spawning from the rainbows, endlessly reckless spending, and the guy supposedly steering the rudder can't even read a damn teleprompter. Oh, but thank our lucky stars he isn't sending mean tweets. Does anyone remember a while ago he gave some speech, no, not the Darth Nazi one, before that, where there was a noticeable jump cut. Man was high as a kite. His eyes were wide the hell open. Clearly he isn't taking that stuff anymore, Lord knows why. Maybe it's because they were using him as a testing dummy, and that was clearly one dose too many. Or maybe they can't get the good stuff from Hunter anymore. Or maybe it's because he might drop dead from an aneurysm or a stroke or something. Who the hell knows at this point? But clearly it's getting worse by the hour. And by the way, the shit that Biden says now, he's said that same lying shit for his whole career. He's always been this bumbling moron. It's just slower now. It's like trying to run a new operating system on an old machine. The RAM is missing. Oh, doing something important. You've literally not done a single damn thing right, you demented bastard. Old man, you're not doing shit aside from being on holiday. He spent about 40% of his time in Delaware? So either you're doing bugger all really badly, or you suck at your job and you goof off. Frankly, I don't know which one is worse. The thing is as well, because the Democrats have flat out refused to acknowledge the reality of the incompetence of their own policies, they're now set to lose both the House and the Senate. I was looking through this very in-depth Harvard polling. When asked, what are the top issues? Voters said inflation, the economy, immigration. What were the Republicans focused on? Immigration, inflation, the economy. And what were the Democrats focused on? January 6th, women's issues, climate change. Totally tone deaf. Here's some historical references for all of you. The last two Democrats, Clinton and Obama, suffered the worst midterm defeats of any presidents. Clinton in 94 lost 60 seats, 52 in the House and 8 in the Senate. First time the Republicans would get both houses in 40 years, by the way. Obama in 2010 lost 69 seats, 63 in the House, 6 in the Senate. 2014 he would lose 8 seats. His approval would be 44.7 with the disapproval of 50. Biden's approval now is 42, which no one believes is that high, and a disapproval of 54.1. That's at least an 11-point spread as opposed to Obama's, which was less than 6. Which goes to show you, Democrats cannot run a country for shit. They absolutely suck at government. I'm not saying the Republicans are good, they definitely have their own follies like their desire for war. But even then, the Democrats are more hawkish than the Republicans are now. But I can think of at least 2 idiots off the top of my head right now whose attitude towards Eastern Europe sounds like John Bolton. The Republicans are better in every single way. The Democratic Party in its current iteration is obsolete politically. Every time there's an economic hell like this in America, a Republican is always elected, with crushing, often record-setting electoral victories. Harding from Wilson in the 1920s, Nixon from Johnson in the 60s, Carter to Reagan in the 80s, Obama to Trump in the 2010s. Just look at the historical trend. I saw a report a while ago that said the First Lady is having far too much influence as well, which is not a surprise. Every time there's a problem, there's always a bloody woman involved. It's very much like the Woodrow Wilson administration. A racist, losing his mind, end of his rope, strong suspicion the wife has more power than he does, during economic hell, out of control debt and spending with a massively soured public opinion, and what would follow this would be the biggest electoral win at the time for an incoming Republican president, Warren G. Harding. So let's hope history repeats itself, shall we? And that is all for today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.